Hello. Let's Get High and Read the Bible is brought to you by Magic Medicine Marijuana, found here in sunny California. Keith Nelson from Buckcherry will be on the podcast Thursday. Today, we are in Exodus 22. Let's do this! What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just I was looking for that Shooter Jennings thing. I don't know that I told you. Yeah, I did. Never mind. But I was looking for that video, and what popped up was Sean Smith singing "Someone Saved My Life Tonight" with us when we did the Elton John thing.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So now you're emotional?
No, it's just like,
okay.
Oh yeah, I did that. That was me. That's my shit. Like, fuck yeah. Oh, no.
I've been places. I've seen shit.
Right. Because I told you that Whole Lot of Rosie.
Oh yeah.
Shooter Jennings was singing.
Oh yeah. How fucking badass is that?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Well, oh my God, I had a dream about Shooter last night.
You did? What were you guys like going down like a water slide together?
Ooh, no. Why? Wait, let me think. No. Why? Is that something that we should have done? It made me so happy that I just went with the childlike wonder in my heart. Oh, right. Was there water slides?
Yeah. Did you guys do our slip and slide? Put some soap on it?
We were at the rainbow, but the rainbow looked all different.
Oh man.
Well, we weren't together. Even in my dreams, I'm not like the lead.
Oh.
I was like, hey, do you remember me? He was kind of drunk. He's like, oh yeah, I remember you. I'm like, you don't really do. He's like, well, who are you? It's like, even in my dreams, it's not like, oh yeah, dude, let's go play. It's like, who are you?
Yeah, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Oh,
like I've already got clips.
Oh.
What was this? What's happening?
Nope, sorry, that wasn't it. Damn it. Well, see, the problem now is that Shooter and Duff have subsequently gone on tour together.
Yeah, they made a record.
Yeah, Shooter produced the Tenderness.
Tenderness,
record.
Yeah.
And so now that thing is now buried in.
Oh yeah, it's 100,000 videos deep.
Seriously, yeah, exactly. And if you put Shooter in anything, all you see is Mass Shooter. So that's unfortunate. Yeah.
It's a little too much right now.
So there's that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to stop looking for this, and I'm going to pay attention to my main homie, Anderson, Mr. Anderson.
That's me.
Wait, that's me. Oh, you missed the part where I let everybody know that. I don't always drink Manhattans at 10 in the morning, but when I do.
Yes!
But when I do, it's out of hand blown Murano glass.
That is some God. This is going to be a party. You know what's crazy too is the Magic Medicine guy just gave me a half pound of weed.
Oh yeah, and the what guy? The what guy?
Magic Medicine.
So
our sponsor.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got a little tiny issue.
What's that?
Well. I don't smoke weed.
What's wrong? What?
Can we get him to like give us free booze too?
No, I get it now.
Let's be clear.
It's a little unfair.
You do all the heavy lifting. I'm not saying you don't do all the heavy lifting. I'm not saying it should be equal because it shouldn't be. I'm not saying that. I'm not belittling your otherworldly contribution compared to my wheedly needly almost like literally doing the very least that I can. I'm just saying and even if I did smoke weed, how are you going to get it, Jack? How are you going to get me my 1/10 of the pull?
We got to keep shit equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, at least Jameson. Come on, like at least some shitty Irish.
No, not Irish. No,
I
no.
love-
Bourbon, please. Bourbon,
What's wrong
please.
with Irish whiskey?
Well, look what it did to the Irish. It's a joke, isn't it? It's a joke.
We love
I
you,
mean,
Ireland. By the way, thank you, Ireland. You guys you're always there.
I
Meath?
mean, she
Meath? I can't say it.
I mean, she should be made to smell it, just not over and over again. It's a joke, isn't it? If we were serious, it's a joke. They can't print that.
I was taking, yeah. I wonder if Irish people like you too.
I think it'd be sort of like, do Seattle people like Soundgarden?
Yeah, that's a really good analogy because that's kind of the vibe I was thinking.
Hey,
Is it working?
You went away for a second.
Yay! I'm back.
Yeah. Where the fuck were we?
Well, we were on U2, which is badass that you like, because that's a dividing line right there. That band, like,
I don't. Well, yeah, but I don't think it divides people in the way you might think it does. So
band guys, just band guys. Rock guys. If they find out you like U2, they're like, "What the fuck, bro?"
See, what rock guys? What rock guys?
Just random ones. I wonder. We should have asked Keith. We should have asked Nelson.
Oh, he. No, you can't. Why would you trash U2? Like, what are you better? Are you better than U2? How about you go fuck yourself?
Well, like, yeah, it's the same thing with Van Halen. Like, if people don't like Van Halen, I'm like, what? You don't like a good time? You don't like a party?
It's not even that. It's like you don't like a god. You don't like a deity among us. You don't like a divine and obviously divine spirit wandering among us, making all of us want to party.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, there's no like you don't fuck it. And again, we were talking about this. Were we talking about this? I think it was me and Patrick Porter. Hey, Patrick.
So bad.
Yeah. He listens to all these, by the way.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every one of them.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And I think it was us that we were talking about like how disappointing it is to get this far into life and not have any hits. but that everything we do, every artistic endeavor, we have connected the dots in our mind to be like, oh, I could still make it. I'm gonna make it. Like everything. It's like that dream is never dead. So, but the point was that, we were talking about, our buddy in the big giant rock and roll band and how like, he and his high school buddies, basically wrote these two records before they were, before their brains were done being mushy, that were so good or resonated so heavily with people that they stopped doing it for 25 years. And then 25 years later, they can still go around the world and around the world and around the world over and over and over again and play to as many people as they can fit in the biggest room you can find. And this is a long way to go from the Van Halen thing, but stay with me. Patrick's with me. Squires is with me. They both listen to all these. Right. But we don't have hits. But Eddie Van Halen, so like he did that same thing where like the first, you can divide it up however you want to. But I say when David Lee Roth left the band, that was the first. That's the Van Halen.
Preach.
And that's what you're talking about. I mean, 5150, the Van Hagar is I went to that. But I loved it. Yeah. It was great. It's fantastic.
Amazing.
The post everything, Gary Cherone, whatever. No one,
totally.
No one's judging. It's like how many great singers can you come up with? Especially if you consider that for a while guitar solos, in the 90s were sort
outlawed.
Of at best, so Van Halen, if you absolutely cannot fuck with Van Halen 1, Van Halen 2, Women and Children First. What's the one
Diver
between there?
Down.
Before that, the green one.
Fair
Whatever.
Warning.
Fair Warning. Yeah. You and anybody who says differently is just has an ego problem. They're like they have to belittle people who are better than them because they're never going to be as good as something like that. So that's sorry. That was like a 25-minute rant just to say. But God damn it, Van Halen's worth it. That's my point.
Yeah. Don't be peanut butter and jelly, I guess. Yeah. Really big show. No one can beat Diamond Dave.
Murano
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this shit. There's I don't want to bounce around too much, but I have so many U2 stories. I have a bunch of U2 stories, but I'm not going to tell. Maybe I'll save them.
Oh, for what?
Something else. I don't know. I'm sure they'll come up in the future. Literally my coolest like rock and roll story.
All your stories are they first person?
Yeah, one of them is. Yeah. But I'll
tell that one.
Well, okay. Well, no, I'm going to save the
Is
big
it
one,
first person?
Well, there's a couple with this that are really
is
bad.
It first person? Is it your story?
Yeah.
Well, boy, why are you hedging? Come on, bring it there, man. Come on, step up to the plate.
Well, yeah. So this first time, it was right before all the really hard shit went down. My brother, who's like the best, always been like one of my closest, bestest friends, and like flew me out to Chicago because U2 was playing like 5 nights at I think it was wherever the Bulls played.
The Enormo Dome, whatever.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, right. And he's kind of balling, so he bought these crazy VIP tickets. I was pretty new to weed, so I had brought, because I'm broke as shit, right? So I was like, I could bring edibles. That's what I could bring to this party. Right. So we show up to the arena early, and we ate these edibles, and we are like, not all there. We're like standing in the line outside the arena, the VIP section with our little badges. It shows we paid way too much money to go to this show,
Disposable income on display.
And we had eaten these edibles in the parking lot, and they kicked in right away. And for me, I think I ate like 300 milligrams or something. And like, we get into the wrong line. We got into this weird, like the T-Mobile, like all the execs of these companies actually got to go in way earlier. We got there at the wrong time, a little earlier than we were supposed to. So we ended up somehow getting in like an hour and a half early with all these execs that were like walking around there, giving them a tour. And there's like this catering section where you get to go and you get a book, and it's like this, it's a pretty crazy deal. But as we're walking to that catering section, we just came in, I'm like getting really high, and I can fucking hear U2 sound checking. And it's like right there. It's like we're walking past all the little inlets for the second floor arena, basketball seats. Right. And I'm kind of towards the back, and so I'm just like walking, and I'm, and it's like, dun, 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 dun. Oh no, it was a bound. And I'm like, and so I just like, I don't let it in the emotion show, I'm just like fucking casual. Cool as shit, just like this. You belong. Just take a left. And I just walk right into the arena, and I like crouch down in the little hallway there you walk into. I wasn't sitting in the seats. And I just sat there for like 30, I don't know, it was like 30 minutes. And I got to listen to U2 soundcheck.
Oh, that's good.
It was so badass. And then I was leaving. I was like, no one will believe me. So I ran back and took a video real quick. So I had proof that I actually got to like sit there for it. And the weirdest part was like, they were kind of towards the end, and like the Edge is still on stage, and he's talking to the front of house guy, and he keeps playing, and he's like, does the Fractal or the AC30 sound more musical? And he's just like, everyone else in the band is gone. This is probably the third night you've played this fucking arena, and you're still on stage just like tweaking the most minor little details of tone. It was like fucking rad.
Yeah. And it isn't just that they've got this great process and like this great but
camaraderie, and
Well, the part where they've got these guys who are obviously world class. And how do you get world class guys out of the same town in a little tiny place, in a little tiny
Same high
village,
school.
in a little tiny city, in a little tiny state, in a little tiny country? It's miraculous, is what it is. It's divine intervention. You too. I'm saying it now. Divine intervention. Because how do you keep a band together? Like, that's what happens. Bands break up. By nature, they break up, right?
Right.
Like, name one other band besides the Rolling Stones who've been around in the same configuration, and the Stones haven't been. Now we're getting to the part where I bet U2's been the same lineup longer than before Bill Wyman left. You can't really count the rhythm guitar player or the lead. I don't know.
I think Brian Jones is crucial, brother.
Brian Jones,
the first guitar player, the one that fucking
crucial to what?
The Rolling Stones. He was the cool factor, I believe. I mean, obviously Keith takes up that mantle later on, but in the early days, like, Keith was just like a little fucking rabbit. Like,
yeah,
but
who cares? That was like 70 years ago. Like, it doesn't even count anymore. No, it was almost literally 70 years ago, and not the literally that kids use these days. I mean, not figuratively. 70.
Yeah,
it was
actually.
Yeah, it's like didn't they? They're doing their Rolling Stones 60. All right, I mean, they've been a band for 60 years. So Brian Jones has been dead for almost fucking 2 decades. Two millennium. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say,
2 fucking centuries.
Fucking shit. Like, but still. Okay, go. You got a point.
Well, no, it was just the U2 and how long they've been together.
Oh yeah,
name another one. Seriously, I'm not being
Aerosmith.
Okay, yeah, there we go. And they certainly have had their
ups and downs
and their trials and their tribulations, and apparently they just canceled a bunch of shows because Mr. Tyler had foot surgery.
That sucks.
Mr. Tyler.
I saw Cheap Trick in Aerosmith when he was 57, and he was 57 years old. Me and my buddy, my first bass player.
Are you saying that he was young then or old then?
Yeah, this is a long time ago.
but you're saying he was young then because he's super
old as shit. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But my buddy Kyle and I, this is when we just dressed like we were in Motley Crue.
Just because
you discover I was a late bloomer to like
what year
rock and roll. Oh, dude, this is after the rock. That was like 23, 4. I was 20. I must have been 22.
So I already knew you.
Yes, this is after the rock. I started playing music.
I don't remember the Motley Crue phase. Did you like?
Yeah, it was pretty short-lived. There was
face
some
paint
goggles. There was some fucking ski goggles, I believe. I mean, it was. Yeah. Well, also me and my buddy, he was one of my best friends forever. We would like take my sister's Miata around Maple Valley and wear like sparkly scarves and eyeliner, and just like pump that Barbie girl song and just like not look at anyone because everyone's so homophobic out there. So like,
I don't know what Barbie song you're talking about, but
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life's in plastic. It's fantastic.
No, I don't know. Sorry.
Man, this is. I might have now that I'm going to mention it, I'm going to edit this. I have to keep it in. That sucks. I should have just kept going.
Yeah, you should have.
Fucking if it's another band that if you don't like, I just think you just don't like a good time. But this
so,
Aerosmith story.
Okay, so are you talking about Motley? Are you talking about Motley Crue or Aerosmith?
Well, now in the middle of the Aerosmith story, we were dressed like Motley Crue. So we, you and I, if we bring up any of these bands.
No, but when you said, if you don't like that band, I just don't know what to say to you. Were you talking about Aerosmith or Motley Crue?
Both of them, I think. I think Motley Crue, it's not the best band.
See,
it's not, it's like Taco Bell. It's fucking the shit when it's 3 a.m. and you're drunk. Like that is fucking shit.
Well, people who were like, Aerosmith is killer and U2 sucks. It's like, well, okay. Well, you know what? That's your problem. That's not everyone's reality. That's just yours, and that's fine. And I'm not gonna, bemoan it or, I'm not bemoaning anything right now.
It's really
the bourbon hasn't kicked in.
The bourbon isn't kicked in. It's projection, really, right? Like they're like,
Well, it's that. Did you ever see the Bones Brigade?
No.
the documentary on the not Tony Peralta. What's Peralta? What's his first name?
Peralta, I know, is the skateboard.
That guy. What's his name?
Oh,
Stacy Peralta. He did a documentary on after he got out of his team, the Z Boys.
Mm-hmm.
He started Bones Brigade.
Okay, is this the guy? Is he from Seattle?
No, none of those guys.
California.
most of them are from California.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Well, I mean the
Doc Downs and Z Boys and shit.
Those guys, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But like Tony Hawk, Caballero, Mick got the old school flow like Mike McGill. I know his name because MCA fucking name drops him. All those guys. Now the bourbon's kicking in.
Yeah. I was wondering how we got the skateboarding. I like this.
I'm such an asshole.
What?
Because the guy who basically invented skateboarding as we know it today, and he's this please look it up for me.
I'm doing it.
Look up Bones Brigade team members, and I know this guy's name. I'm just fading right now because it's 10 a.m. and for you people, I'm having bourbon. But he basically invented the language of the street riding. Like it's a vocabulary, and he invented the fucking alphabet. And it fucking hurts my feelings so much that I can't remember it.
Lance Mountain?
Nope.
Rudy Mullen?
Nope. Oh no, Mullen. Rodney Mullen. Rodney Mullen.
Sorry.
Rodney Mullen.
Glasses are smudged.
Rodney Mullen. These guys. So anyway, but Lance Mountain. Okay, so like in that documentary, Lance Mountain says, like all the guys from the Z Boys, and then like the Dwayne Peters and Tony Alva, they're all like they're in this documentary. They're like, we didn't get these guys. They were like, because all the Bones Brigade guys were like, like didn't do drugs. They just shredded. They just shredded and practiced. And Lance Mountain at one point says, you guys are all like talking shit about my guys. You talking about shit about us. And you're all getting high and doing and like you can't talk shit about my guys. You can't get stoked without the booze and the drugs. We can get stoked and you can't touch them. Well, you can touch me, but you can't touch my guys. Because Lance Mountain was like, he didn't consider himself very good, but he was still fucking awesome. But it's that thing where it's like you can't talk shit just because someone doesn't do drugs. You know what I mean? Brought it around, didn't I?
This is rad, man.
Where's it
really
going?
Proud.
Yeah. But so, if you haven't,
you can't tell, undeniable.
Yeah, but if you haven't seen, and you don't even know this. I mean, nobody knows it. But if you haven't seen Bones Brigade, it's an awesome documentary.
Yeah,
awesome. And Rodney Mullen is the most amazing person, almost on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. As far as overcoming challenges and obstacles, and
yeah,
huge fan of that guy.
It sounds like you might be a proponent then of this other thing I was talking about, the singularly focused life. Like perhaps someone wants to become a monk, give up all things but meditation. No, it is boring. Never mind. I'm just
no. Like no. Well, I don't see any difference. I don't see any difference between those things. I think you're totally right. Those pursuits, those pure pursuits,
it's so cool, man.
But and that's, it's really important because in our society, I think that like artists, or I don't know about athletes, but like skateboarders weren't considered athletes then. Nah. They were considered like, what are you fucking doing? Yeah, you're riding a little fucking toy. Yeah, up and down. What are you doing? Why are you? Why are you spending so much time with that? It's like that takes a toll on people, and like the people who did drugs, and those people weren't suited to take that criticism, that societal criticism. You know what I mean? In the first place, I don't know. I think that the singular pursuit is, I think, especially when you're young, is all there is. I mean, that's what everyone should do,
Yes, that's why no, don't be. That's exact, dude. That's kind of why like I try and like to make peace with my upbringing a lot because there were a lot of great parts, and I love my family. There's a lot of crazy parts too, but like being completely focused on playing music and reading the Bible, like really did pay off. Like, and it was like for until I was around 25, 6. It was like it was the only things I did. I did these two things basically, and it seems to like open up new possibilities for your life when you do that. Like maybe it's the same if you get into like jujitsu or like painting. Like it opens up new social groups, new understandings, new mindsets. Or it did for me, I guess. So.
Well, yeah, it seems like it depends on the pursuit that you choose.
Like yeah, that's a good. We should qualify it.
Because like some of the like my cousin is a stone sculptor.
Yeah,
and so he moved to New Mexico and moved into a cave, like in essence, I think he built part of it, but I think part of it was like just naturally standing, formations in New Mexico where he didn't have to pay for it. It didn't have running water or power, but he could chisel stone all day.
Does he have like a lot of money in the bank or something?
No. Oh no.
Okay. See, that's
he's like, but what's the difference between that and being a monk? Like you're
I kind of
isolated.
see I'm kind of right. I'm kind of fucking catching myself in this because it's kind of again like.
Have you seen that documentary of the guy, whatever his name was, I don't know, it was like in the 60s or 70s or something, that went up to the middle of nowhere and just lived there, but he brought a little Super 8 camera.
Yeah, and dude, I watch that all the fucking time. And he builds a cabin with all the fucking I'm obsessed with that shit, man.
And he's so good at like filming, like
yeah. For how like old it was, right?
And he ended up being like up there till he was like I'm not gonna.
Yeah, we're
80, he was
we're
like 200
high, folks.
He was like 200 when he fucking
was
went up there.
768 years old according to the Bible.
Right. He was like Moses' younger brother.
Yeah. Still.
Yeah. Speaking of Moses, what a segue, huh? Suck it.
That was actually pretty good, bro. Because
Thank you.
there's actually I don't think we finished. Did we finish 22?
No.
Do you remember where we stopped?
Do the same with your cattle flock.
He does, folks, because he's a professional.
Well, no, I just my iPad opens to the same spot. I don't want to take credit for things I didn't do on purpose. I do a lot of things on purpose, which I will take credit for, but that's not one of them. Yeah.
Do you have the verse number for me?
Exodus 22:23.
Oh, great. That's good.
Because I think we did. You shall do the same. You got to kill your firstborn cattle, firstborn goddamn.
Yeah, and it's a lot of like remnants of a.
Oh, can I say something else real quick? That I still think that we definitely need to start a church, and we need to put women in charge of it, so that hopefully it takes over the world, and women can lead the world. Can we say that again? Because I feel like we haven't said that enough, and I realized we said that a lot when we first started, and it's not like we don't think that anymore, because nothing would make me happier. It's just that
we think it's biblical. We think it's in the Bible.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's because of the verse in Revelations. There's this verse in Revelations that goes, "If anyone addeth to the words of this book or taketh away, I will add to him the plagues in it." And I guess
blah
it's
blah blah. Mr. 4 stars away, can't even get here now anymore because the fucking wormhole closed. Don't fucking come at me with that bullshit.
It's probably more this John guy.
What?
If it was, which it probably
come
was.
Come and get me, God. Come and get me.
Right. It's probably more of him trying to deal with pseudopography back then.
Please edit that out, would you?
Why? I liked it. See, that's it. That's
Not cool.
perfect.
It's not cool.
Clipping that shit.
That's fine. I guess, what am I going to say? Please don't do the editing job that you spend hours doing every day.
Stayed
with
up
me.
till 1:30 last night.
How about if you just shut the hell up and do what I say, Jeff? All right. All right. 23. Oh, 23.
23.
23, 2. I'm going to start at 21. There's a capital letter. I love that. Exodus 22, 21, take 23. You, communal leaders, shall not ill-treat any widows or orphan. Can we just stop right fucking there? Booed.
Boo. I'm actually going
to... And sorry, go ahead.
And what? No.
I don't know. Never mind. If you do mistreat them, I will heed their outcry as soon as they cry out to me. And my anger shall blaze forth, and I will put you to the fucking sword. Your own wives shall become widows, and your children orphans. I will then turn your orphaned children over to the Catholics, and they will have sex. If you, it's the Bible. It says it right here. If you lend money to my people, to the poor among you, do not act toward them as a creditor. Exact no interest from them. If you take your neighbor's garment and pledge, you must return it before the sun sets. It is the only available. It is the only available clothing. It is what covers the skin. In what else shall your neighbor sleep? Therefore, if that person cries out to me, I will pay heed, for I am compassionate. You shall not revile God, nor put a curse upon a chieftain among your people. Now, what does that mean, Leif? You shall not revile God. Yeah.
Let's look it up so I'm not a dick about it, and I don't want to put my own spin on it.
And one of the things I was going to say is, I'm not Leif. I'm not refilling. It's just
why?
This. Dude, it's 10 a.m. I poured a stout one. Don't worry.
You don't take a fat-ass nap after this?
No, I'm going to go do yoga. You shall not put off the skimming of the first yield of your vats. You shall give me the male firstborn among your children. You shall do the same with your cattle, your flocks. 7 days the male firstborn shall remain with its mother. On the 8th day, I'm going to fuck that thing in its ass. Whoa. That's a translation. Is that a King James thing? What is that? Leif, what is that? Was that the long con? You just wanted me to read those words? Because I don't think that's appropriate.
Why are you sorry?
That's obviously
makes clipping this shit so much easier when you do that. That's what I'm saying.
Obviously, the American bourbon speaking right there. The ugly American bourbon. You shall be my holy people. You shall be holy people to me. You must not eat flesh torn by beasts in the field. You shall cast it to the dogs. Now that's great. That's not a religious thing. That's a health thing. Because if you get rabid dogs tearing up meat, you don't want to eat that, right? These are life lessons.
And it's pretty interesting that a lot of them will be geared towards people who are living in a desert. Right? Like that's why they don't eat pork and hooved animals, because a lot of those animals out there have parasites. So it's more about survival.
Yeah. Well, and it's not these seem like this guy is kind of an asshole, but I think he's like co-opting this message from like people who were greater than him who showed up before. You know what I mean? Like the guys.
We can't even give him anything, can we? It's not really possible after reading Genesis.
Why give him anything? He takes everything for himself, I'm just saying that like any normal guy would just come down and be like, hey, listen, that meat that you found, it was a couple days old, torn up and got teeth marks in it. Don't eat that shit. You'll bleed from the insides. How hard is that? People are like, I don't want to bleed from the inside. I'm going to listen to that guy. Sorry. You can just edit out all the sorries.
What are you talking about?
No, it's all good. Okay, 23. You must not carry false rumors. You shall not join hands with the guilty to act as a malicious witness. You shall neither side with the mighty to do wrong. You shall not give perverse testimony in a dispute so as to pervert it in favor of the mighty. It's interesting that yeah, this is all like societal shit. You know, like this isn't like the part where he was this like, you must worship me, and like that part is he's not here anymore, people. He's gone. You know what I mean? He's gone. It's like when your teacher leaves the room, he's not coming back either. You know? So nor shall you show deference to a poor person in a dispute.
Yeah.
When you encounter your enemy's ox or ass wandering, you must take it back. When you see the ass of your enemy lying under its burden and would refrain from raising it, you must nevertheless help raise it. You shall not subvert the rights of your needy in their disputes. Keep far from a false charge. Do not bring death on those who are innocent and in the right, for I will not acquit the wrongdoer.
Some good shit.
Yeah, it's life. Yeah, it's society's infrastructure.
Good. Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
It's how to live together, right?
It's pretty rad, man.
Well, it's what it says is rad, but the delivery and the context and the deliverer, not entirely rad.
Maybe it's just the years and years and years of thousands of years of abuse that people have used. Oh, never mind. I was going to get it. See, this is good weed.
Okay. Do not take bribes, for bribes blind the clear-sighted and upset the pleas of those who are in the right. You shall not oppress a stranger, for you know the feelings of the stranger, having yourselves been strangers in the land of Egypt.
We're going to build a wall.
6 years you shall sow your land and gather in its yield. But in the 7th you shall let it rest and lie fallow. Let the needy among your people eat of it, and what they leave let the wild beasts eat. You shall do the same with your vineyard and your olive groves.
I feel like we should pause there.
That seems like give your shit to the poor. Like
there's a lot of that in there, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
great observation.
Like whatever you got is like spread it around. Like and we don't.
Oh yes, go.
We don't do a ton of donating, but I'll like. No. It's like I feel that, like, especially I don't know why post COVID, but like, people who are working deserve to get paid, and in this city particularly, I can't imagine how people live here.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how, like, I love that tipping, like the new norm has gone from 15 to at least 20.
Because no one can live, yeah.
And as much as you have, just give what you have. I love that. That's dumb though, but it's like,
but no, it's not
but
dumb.
It's sort of this where it's like, don't take it all and don't hoard it, and give it around, spread that shit around, man.
Dude, they're like literally. It seems like they're giving a whole year of their crops, and like that's probably a lot of fucking food. And this is their God telling them to do this, you know.
I don't get the let your people eat it.
So like they
Seventh
would
you shall
6 years
let
you
it
shall
rest.
sow your land and gather in its yield. But in the 7th year you shall let it rest and lie fallow. Let the needy among your people eat of
Right.
it.
But that doesn't
Right?
mean what they're gonna. So you don't. What does let it rest mean? That
They
seems
would
more like
what's
that
it?
seems more like a crop rotation than a.
Right. It's like during one leave one of those rotations for people who are hungry. So
That seems more like. I mean, is that what it is? Because it seems like it's more like don't till your land the 7th year because the land needs to rest.
no, it's so people can eat. It's so poor. It's so the
It's
poor.
it's like every 7th year, let your crops just grow and let people come feed on it.
There's a Yahweh is very very big on the fatherless and the widowed, the orphan, the needy among you must be taken care of. Otherwise, God is going to send Babylon over the hill to fucking conquer you.
Yeah. So
You
he
know?
says.
Yeah, right. And you notice that like all of his rules and these, he's giving like, this is how you're supposed to live to be able to worship me, to be in communion with me, kind of, you know, like whatever you want to say. He's like giving them all these rules. It's all society. Like you said, like it's about like this in Israelite communities, God and the state, pretty much everything is all wrapped in one.
I want our first T-shirt to have Exodus 22, which is the one that says you got to take care of the widows and the orphans, or I'm gonna fucking stick a sword in your ass. Which one is that?
That's 22. Like, let me go back
I want that to
towards
be.
the end.
Oh, dude. Oh, no, or we can do. Don't. I was this woman came through my line the other day, and she had like a Psalm 26:3 on a hoodie, and I'm like, what does that Psalm say? She's like, what? I'm like, what does that Psalm say? And she's like, oh, I don't know. It's just a thing. I'm like, oh, it's like a fashion thing. She's like, yeah. I'm like, well, what if it says something you don't agree with? And she's like, she's probably she's like 18 or 19 or 20, and I'm like getting paid to like bag her groceries, so I should just shut the fuck up. So I didn't, and I hadn't been drinking bourbon, so I just let it go. But we need to. That's the one we need to have on our fucking Exodus, whatever Exodus 22, whatever that is. That's our jam because it directly sticks it to the fucking Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Who instead of, and I'm not saying
Protecting,
that all of the people that get raped by the priests are orphans. But still, the point should be clear. There's a lot. I'm just saying it's tons.
And I mean, yeah, it's tons.
Yeah. And still it exists. 6 days, blah blah blah. Be on guard. On guard.
On
Be on
guard.
guard. Be on guard concerning all that I have told you. Make no mention.
Sorry. You made me laugh.
Make no mention of the names of other gods. They shall not be heard on your lips. 3 times a year you shall hold a festival for motherfucking
So you can't even
me.
you can't even talk about other gods.
Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth.
Is Will Smith Yahweh?
He was that night. He was that night.
Oh, sorry, Fresh
Keep
Prince.
those gods' names out your motherfucking mouth. You shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. That's the dumbest feast ever. That's the least fun feast.
Right, but you got to remember it was because they were like running away. They didn't have time for the bread to rise. It's like I think it's kind of badass. It symbolizes a time of hardship. He wants them to remember. Well,
he's an asshole, man. They're only running away because he wouldn't let Pharaoh let them go like the 40th time, 40 times ago when Pharaoh's like, fucking take them, and I'm pretty sure, battery. Sorry. And I'm pretty sure if we go back and check that Pharaoh wasn't chasing them on his own accord. God was like forcing him to chase them, right? Pharaoh doesn't give a shit.
Pharaoh, we have his body. We know where he died. We know what he died of.
So what?
Probably wasn't chasing them in reality. But
yeah. Exactly. So stop with that shit. You're such a home team guy. You're like, no, but you know what?
I don't necessarily believe what the majority of Christians believe about this book, though. I don't. They wouldn't. I'm wearing a Satan T-shirt.
But yeah. But you do have you have the jersey though.
I just. It's fine. I don't know. I'm trying. You're watching me in live time deal with a lot of years of pondering. Yeah. So.
All right. Yeah. You shall observe the feast of unleavened. You shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, eating unleavened bread for 7 days, as I have commanded you, at the set time in the month of Abib, for in it you went forth from Egypt, and none shall appear before me empty-handed. And feast of the harvest of the first fruits of your work, of what you sow in the field, and the feast of ingathering at the end of the year, when you gather in the results of your work from the field. 3 times a year all your males shall appear before the sovereign. You shall not offer the blood of my sacrifice with anything leavened, and the fat of my festival offering shall not be left lying until the morning. She's saying, like, fucking clean up after yourself?
It's pretty crazy. I mean, sorry, my shit's for you now.
Well, that fat thing, it's like you don't leave the fat in the pan, right?
Yeah, I was trying to look up this extra verse that I thought you were going to like coming up.
So you weren't actually listening to me.
I was listening, but let me go back. What verse were you referencing?
I'm not going to tell you. No. I just read it. Which one was it? It was 23:18.
Oh, 18.
Yeah.
That's actually what I was looking up. Yeah. Yeah, well, again, a lot of this...
You shall not offer the blood of my sacrifice with anything leavened, and the fat of my festival offering shall not be left lying until morning. So they're saying, like, you got to kill this thing, and you and what with anything leavened. So you have to have, what's this fucking thing with leavened?
Well, remember when they left Egypt,
dude,
they didn't have. Well, this is the deal. It's leavened is what has always been explained to me, the thing that lets the bread rise as you're baking it. Like, that's what it was. So that's why they eat this flat bread, because they didn't have time for it to rise. They had to just get out of there. They had enough food to fucking eat.
So it's symbolic. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
oh, dude, it comes up all the time.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, like, so there must be some sort of a there must be, like, it's got to mean something.
Yeah, it does.
More,
well,
it's like scientific, like life lesson, like, you know what I mean? This can't just be.
It definitely, all this shit's pretty meta, and that's why it's like trying to understand how they lived. Helps.
Don't just drop meta on us. What the fuck do you mean by meta?
I mean that, like, there's that the writers of these stories, and the redactors, the people that put all these stories together, would have been trying to maximize as much as fucking possible the point, the reference. So you see a lot of symbology. That's why their culture back then was that, like, numbers mean more than just an age, like it, you know. So
let's move on.
What are you talking about?
I just got it.
It's right. I'm answering your fucking question.
Sort of. You're mansplaining.
You just don't like really it. It's not that.
No, it's not that I don't like it.
It's more boring than you think.
I don't think that you're fact based. That's why I'm like,
why not?
What? Let's move on.
Let's look it up now. Why not? You're calling me out. No, I should make you Google it, huh?
I can't do both.
Okay, I'll let you stay handsome, and but let's move into this a little bit here. So,
okay, so what? I'm just saying.
What's wrong with the symbology of a horrible time where their God saved them, and so God is so
because, no. Because that's not the foundation. The foundation is not that God saved them. God created that whole problem. It's not that like God created that. They didn't need saving. Well, he could have just said he was strong. You know, like he manipulated the situation. So like, stop saying that. Like,
well, I'm just answering the Bible shit. I'm not saying I know. I'm just answering your questions to it, right? Like this is like I think this is totally unknown, and we can put together like a goddamn Murder She Wrote episode right now, and I think that's what we do best. But like, yeah, so
that's where I'm. That's like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm just saying this is how they lived.
Just the facts, man.
Like, well, what's the facts is that again, if we have Ramsey II's body and we know how he died, then this story is most likely what is called a fabrication.
So yeah, so like I'm not getting so if that's the case,
okay,
then it's important to like try and see what parts of it are life lessons and how to live in society, like infrastructure rules or whatever you call it.
I'm trying to understand.
And well, it's just like a lot of this is like, look, don't eat shredded meat, meat that was shredded by fucking animals that might be rabid. Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, don't leave the fat in your pan overnight. You know what I mean? Like that's like house cleaning shit. And I totally get that. This other shit about the leaven, that there must be something about leavened, like, and I don't know if maybe it has to do with, is the wheat, they've already used the wheat, right? It's not like wheat and ergot would have anything to do with leavened bread, right?
No, it totally interesting. No, it totally. Let me look up to make sure. But as far as I know, it totally.
I'm just saying, it's like a lot of this. Like if you're saying it's a fabrication.
No, I might. Just
if you're
be
saying it's
too literal.
No. That's what I'm talking about. It's like,
I might be. These are facts, but
our job or mine or whatever. My bent is to get in between the literal and like what the life lesson is. I don't care about the fucking bullshit about this asshole who created this scenario to aggrandize himself. I want to know, like, these life lessons are like, those are the divine. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the messages from the ancients. You know what I mean?
See, I do, and I totally agree with you. But there's also this thing where I love drugs. I love weed, and like I don't know. I just try to, I try to be careful reading these because like it's the same thing with me wanting aliens to be the Nephilim, but there's so many different ways we can look at all of this shit, and that's the thing. No one will ever know. You can talk. You can I
don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. I don't think it's true that no one will ever know. And I also don't like. Well,
wait a second. Let's unpack just that one.
What's that?
Well, because we don't have any of these in their original form, any of the writings of the Bible.
No,
so it's like,
but I think at some point we're going to have answers to, you got the New York Times, 5 years ago saying UFOs are real, and now like even Michio Kaku, whatever his name is, the physicist who was like denying it forever, goes on Joe Rogan. It's like, well, no, now we have the burden. Now the burden of evidence has shifted from the viewers to the Pentagon.
Really?
It's like, and yeah, so it's just like, I don't believe that we're never going to have answers. I believe that it's going to come out in the wash. Maybe we'll be around for it. Maybe we won't, but this is going to be proven to be, like you say, like most of it's a fabrication, but I think that there are life, like, it's so, I think the oldest and most the important parts are the life lessons on how to live in a society, how to like not kill your neighbors, that sort of shit.
And I mean, yes, I 100% agree. And it's kind of weird reading this, but this thing has made more sense that I've heard scholars that I like to listen to, like, say over the years that I never did. understand before we started doing this. But it's the people back then when they're telling stories, they're trying to convey the message, you know. So they don't care if Moses is real or not. They just know that their God deals with them in this way, and this is what will happen. So they might not have cared. Like when the New Testament is around, definitely, and they're changing Jesus' birth, like those people, it didn't matter to them because that birth was trying to convey a deeper message.
What you're saying right now.
Yes, it's really confusing.
What I heard was maybe and definitely.
No, this is like that's the only besides the historical shit that is robust and actually continually comes out. They find tombs.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Bible. What are you talking about?
No, very specifically. You're saying robust and things keep coming out. What things? What's robust and what keeps coming out?
The Gospel of Mary Magdalene. New translations of the Bible. Weird old codexes. Weird old scripts. The Dead Sea Scrolls was fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So as time has gone on, we get more and more and more, and it's like but it's still that's us putting together even the best scholar. It's like here's all the evidence I've compiled, you know, and it's like we don't have any of the original shit.
I think what's going to happen is that in the not incredibly distant future, what you're talking about is getting remnants of the past. You know, finding remnants of the past, finding proof, finding, or just like, you know, like getting, you know, lost treasure, you know, finding lost treasure. I think eventually, you know, again, maybe not our lifetime, but sooner than later, we're going to get it. We're going to get the word from the horse's mouth. You know,
they'll be like, stairway opens up and those beans start coming back down again.
Well, their drones are already here, man. You know, dude, it's like they're already fucking keeping track of, you know, where we fucking blow stupid shit up. You know, they're already super concerned. Somebody is super concerned with our nuclear program. You know, and yeah, it's not an if anymore. Sorry.
Which is so weird, and no one seems to really like. I don't know. Now that could go on for that could be too much.
No one does. It's like what? Yeah,
it's like weird to me.
Well, and I think they waited so long because they thought it was going to fucking be an e-brake moment, and it just has been like, what? We're on the freeway. We're going.
Well, everyone's like, I'm working 5 jobs. I don't even have enough.
You know what? I'm trying to get my Instagram up to 2,000 followers. So can you guys just fuck off? That's what it is. Bullshit. Everyone's looking down at their phone instead of up at the stars. We've said that before.
Yep.
All right. Okay, let's fucking move on. that was a good one.
We both felt it there. Huh?
Yeah. All right. The Choice First Fruits. Maybe that should be our band name. Choice First Fruits. It's kind of a tongue twister.
It sounds like moist to me. I don't know. It's kind of on that.
Oh, you got your OIC, you know, OICE, and the C acts like the S. Yeah. The moist. Oh, that's what it's the Moist First Fruits. That's the name of the band. The Moist First Fruits. I'm gonna start using moist every time it says choice. Okay. How you like me now?
Yeah.
The moist first fruits of your soil. Holy God. I think I just got a boner.
What? First on-air boner?
The moist first fruits of your soil you shall bring to the house of your God, motherfucking Yahweh. You shall not boil a kid in its mother's milk. Because that's just cruel. I am sending a messenger before you to guard you on the way and to bring you to the place that I have made ready. Pay heed to him and obey him. Do not defy him, for he will not pardon your offenses, since my name is in him. But if you obey him and do all that I say, I will be an enemy to your enemies and a foe to your foes. When my messenger goes before you and brings you to the Amorites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, and I annihilate them. Wait. When the messenger goes before you and brings you to them, and I annihilate them, you shall not bow down to their gods in worship or follow their practices, but shall tear them down and smash their pillars to bits.
What?
So let's unpack that for a second. So Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Canaanites, Hivites, and Jebusites.
Yeah.
Six other gods.
Well, yeah, and
all with smaller cars and bigger dicks.
6 other people that worshipped many gods. They all were, was that pantheistic?
Oh, were they?
Yeah, all of those. So
okay.
Yeah.
He was really concerned.
But like, dude,
really
and look what he does. Like, cut them down.
Annihilate them. I believe the word was annihilate. Yeah.
And that's a big, it comes up a bunch more times actually. Like,
well, and I guess
women, children, goats, livestock.
Yeah. I wonder if this is like a, yeah. Are we going to get to the point? Where is it in? Is it the New Testament or the Old Testament that says you're not allowed to spill the blood, and so that's why they burn people?
Actually, I'm excited to tell you, I don't know that reference at all.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
That's why they burned witches and burned people at the stake, because they weren't allowed to spill their blood, and so they'd burn them. Like, I don't know that, and I'm wondering if that was like a directive or if that was like a workaround.
Oh, numbers.
Well, I mean, we have to kill him, but God says we can't spill his blood. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
We could drown him. That's not very fun. Nobody can see it.
I'm trying to look this up.
What if we burned them? Like on a pile? Then none of the blood, it would boil, but it wouldn't spill. What did you say? Burn the fuckers. Burn them,
dude. See, there's this. It's fun because again, there's a lot of fucking ritual and shit back here in the Old Testament I don't know much about, but there's this guy, I'm gonna butcher his last name, Dan McClellan, I think. He's like a scholar, and we have to get him on to answer some of these questions, because he goes, there's a lot of smattering of like all these sacrifices too. I'm just wondering right now if like they were picked up from other religions along the way before this shit got written down, you know?
Let's move on. Like, as soon as the questions start coming, I'm like, all right, back to the Bible. Back to the asshole. Yeah. You shall serve your God, motherfucking Yahweh, who will bless your bread and your sister. I'm sorry, and your water. And I will remove sickness from your midst. No woman in your land shall miscarry or be barren.
Damn.
I will let you enjoy the full count of your days. I will send forth my terror before you, and I will throw into panic all the people among whom you come, and I will make all your enemies turn tail before you. I will send a plague ahead of you, and it shall drive out before you the Hivites and the Canaanites and the Hittites. I will not drive them out before you in a single year, lest the land become desolate and the wild beasts multiply to your hunt. I will drive them out before you little by little until you have increased and possessed the land. I will set your borders from the Sea of Reeds to the Sea of Philistia, and from the wilderness to the Euphrates. For I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into your hands, and you will drive them out before you. You shall make no covenant with them and their gods. You shall not remain in your land, lest they cause you to sin against me. I'm sorry, they shall not remain in your land, lest they cause you to sin against me. For you will serve their gods, and it will prove a snare to you. It's interesting because, so Rome, I thought Rome was pretty good about like not making people conquer people, adopt the Roman religion.
Very true. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a pretty long. That empire was around for a long time, so things changed every once in a while. But yeah, that's how you keep people around. Yeah, right. And like, but that's kind of the whole deal. Is like, Yahweh is pretty specific. You can only worship Him. You can't even have those people in your land if they worship. And so when someone calls Caesar a god, it's time to get metal.
Moses alone shall come near fucking Yahweh, but the others shall not come.
24 now. Yeah, it's not loading. There we go. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I missed one. I missed 20. Oh, 24.
Yeah. Keep going.
No. Exodus 24. Then God said to Moses, "Come up to fucking Yahweh with Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 elders of Israel, and bow low from afar. Moses alone shall come up to fucking Yahweh, but the others shall not come near, nor shall the people come up with him." Moses went and repeated to the people all the commands of fucking Yahweh and all the rules, and all the people answered with one voice, saying, "All the things that fucking Yahweh has commanded, we will do." Moses then wrote down all the commands of fucking Yahweh. Early in the morning, he set up an altar at the foot of the mountain with 12 pillars from the 12 tribes of Israel. He designated some assistants among the Israelites, and they offered burnt offerings and sacrificed bulls as offerings of well-being to fucking Yahweh. Moses took part of the blood and put it in basins, and the other part of the blood he dashed against the altar. Then he took the record of the covenant and read it aloud to the people, and they said, "All that fucking Yahweh has said, we will faithfully do." Moses took the blood and dashed it on the people and said, "This is the blood of the covenant the fucking Yahweh now makes with you concerning all these commands."
So fucking metal.
Then Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 elders of Israel ascended, and they saw the God of Israel, under whose feet was the likeness of a pavement of sapphire, like the very sky for purity. Yet God did not raise a hand against the leaders of the Israelites. They beheld God, and they ate and drank.
What?
Fucking Yahweh said
How
to
could
Moses,
that even happen, though?
What?
Well, before, like, if you saw Yahweh, you die, right? And now they're like having dinner with him. They're at like P.F. Chang's or some shit.
See, I'm reading. I get lost. It's the words.
Let's see.
Blood dash on the, and they saw. Then Moses and the posse ascended, and they saw God, under whose feet he was standing on a pavement, a street of sapphire.
Right. So they're seeing him.
Yeah. Yet God did not raise a hand against the leaders. They beheld God, and they ate and drank. Oh, so he's hanging out.
Yeah.
He's back in the game.
Yeah, seriously, they're like, "Oh, catch a game last night?" You know?
I'll take some crab cakes.
So fucking Yahweh. What's it like being a god? I mean, it's your skin is really clear.
You're a lot shorter than I thought you'd be.
You know, you look bigger on stage. Do you get that a lot? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Came up to fucking Yahweh said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and wait there, and I will give you the stone tablets with the teachings and commandments which I have inscribed to instruct them." So Moses and his attendant Joshua arose, and Moses ascended the mountain of God. To the elders he said, "Fucking wait here. He's going to butcher you if you come with me. Wait here for us until we return to you. You You have Aaron and Hur with you. Let anyone who has a legal matter approach them. So this could take a while. He's thinking maybe there might be some court orders and parking tickets that need to be quashed while they're gone. When Moses had ascended the mountain, the cloud covered the mountain. The presence of fucking Yahweh abode on Mount Sinai, and the cloud hid it for 6 days. On the 7th day, God called to Moses from the midst of the cloud. Now the presence of fucking Yahweh appeared in the sight of the Israelites as a consuming fire on top of the mountain. Moses went inside the cloud and ascended the mountain, and Moses remained on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights.
Dude. Interesting number. Wonder why they chose that one.
I want to find it. Did the Mystics book, did the Immortality Key talk about 40 days? Like, was the fast? Did they have any documentation on how long the fast was?
Oh yeah, I think it is a month, right?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I'm pretty sure I read it twice
Because I still haven't read that fucking book. It's the book I've been waiting my whole life for. Can't read it. Somehow I can't. I got a block going. It's like the opposite of writer's block. I've got reader's block.
Well, to be like, I've been taking your advice. This is like the least amount of studying or book reading I've done. It's like been a week now. I've only like casually read through it.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, we've been handling a lot. We've been talking about a lot, reading a lot, learning a lot, and like sometimes your brain just gets fucking overloaded. But
yes.
The blood sacrifice shit, when he's like sprinkling, it's like so like, what is that? No, Temple of Doom. It's so like Kalima, like like I see this blood ritual, like where they're all like chanting back at Moses.
Yeah, I wonder what is that? Like, and again, it's got to be. I don't know. I think that I can't wait to ask. I I hope I get to ask someone. Before I get to know everything there is.
Like a smart person or like a being from a different universe.
Oh, divine creature.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope I get to ask, because I figure once you die, once you pass over, all this stuff immediately. You're just back into the stream of light and knowledge and all,
yeah, you want a little, I'm vibing this, a little toe dip in the pool of infinity before you jump in.
That's the thing, is that, I mean, in advanced races, do people die? They still have to die, right? Or is that why they spread out?
Oh man,
you talk about these like
man.
The civilization.
I'm trying to deal with that. You see, you're already on board because you're smart, but like I'm still like, that I got fooled so hard once that I'm like sometimes too objective about shit, and I was just like talking myself out of aliens, and
if you think about a civilization,
it's a good one.
If you think about a civilization that's 1,000 years older than ours,
yeah,
or 10,000 years older than ours.
Jesus, that's where it gets fucking gnarly, right?
I don't know, probably. I don't know, but like, have you, is there still procreating? I mean, if it's a civilization, then by definition, they're procreating, but are they dying? I mean, have you figured out how to not die? Is that why you need more energy? Is that why you need more? That why you reach out to other, like colonize other worlds? I just don't know. But I hope we get to know before I hope I get to talk to Cole about it. You know what I mean? That's really what I want to. I want to like have that conversation with my guy.
Yeah.
Before I can't talk to him.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's enough weird shit in all these ancient stories that you could say is alien. So like,
well, it's just I don't know how you distinguish or separate like somebody who lives in the sky who's all powerful, all knowing, can conjure smoke. You know, like how what the fuck are you what when can we just get over the part where little green dudes and the guy in the robe who's shuffling around creating the Garden of Eden are different?
Yeah, dude.
Well, no, I just honestly
you're right.
like say it out loud. It's like
when you said that, my mind was picturing us, and that this Yahweh character. Like, imagine Earth as a zoo that shit tons of aliens come and look at all the time. And Yahweh was actually just the kid that fell into, like, the monkey pit. Yeah. And now we worship him, you know? And now it's like...
Well, have you seen... What was that?
Cargo cult.
I think I saw something on... I just think I saw something on Rogan about how, like, some like, island in the South Pacific... I'm going to butcher this, and obviously,
sweet, because I don't get to listen to any podcasts. So I love it.
I haven't. So this is how long it's been.
Okay.
But like they worship this like at some point in World War II or Korea or Vietnam, I don't even know when it was, but like this plane dropped.
Oh yeah, cargo cults. Yeah, totally. We talked about it on here.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, look at us.
Yeah.
So that where it's just like, so they worship this plane, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what like brought, manna from heaven.
I didn't mean to stop you. You should explain it for the people. We can tell.
No, if we already did, then they can just go back and look them damn selves.
Yeah, fucking.
But that sort of thing where it's like we just caught the small fucking insecure bitch who fucking. I'm gonna go over there where they told us not to go because they're not formed yet, and now it's like, oh Jesus Christ, and then somehow, I don't know, like the whole New Testament.
I think that makes perfect.
Not
sense.
okay. Not okay.
No, it's not. I think it just makes consolidation of power, what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
In all honesty, what songs stick and what songs don't.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. I feel like the New Testament is like Nevermind, and the Old Testament is like in utero.
That's actually pretty good. I wanted to be judgmental right away, but yeah, that's pretty. You're vibing pretty heavy on that one. Yeah,
like the new and like that's it should have come out the other way where, or maybe it's more like the Old Testament is Bleach and the New Testament is Nevermind. That's probably more. That
could be, but in utero is so sad. He's so depressed on that shit.
Well, no, but the production. I'm talking about like the.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, it's brutal and sloppy, and like it kind of like adds to this mystery, and that's why the Christian
not polished,
not even close, and obviously old. That's why Christians have it because it attaches them to the beginning to that, But obviously, there's again, like Kali Ma, like there's fire. On a mountaintop, there's like animals being killed. There's like so much blood that they have like regulations on where it should go and how they should deal with it. He's like sprinkling them. Like, this is fucking brutal shit. Like, this isn't like Jesus loves the little children,
slaying the children and the kids. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that because that. Like how much of that is, what I mean? That doesn't resonate with me as far as like a life lesson or a societal structure or like, I'm not back. I think there might have been a mistranslation somewhere around there. I don't know. Don't know.
Well, they
don't know, but I don't know.
You don't think the rituals were happening?
I think the majority of what I'm saying is I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm not going in deep on blood rituals and shit like that until I don't know. We don't know anybody who speaks Hebrew.
I mean, I think there's actually one more coming up. Maybe no, I think it's in First Kings. Reference to children being sacrificed to Yahweh.
Right.
So
I should have asked that woman who came through my line and was like, "Oh, I speak Hebrew." Like she didn't.
Oh,
I should have asked her to come on the show.
Yeah, that would be rad. It's ancient Hebrew though, but edit that out. Yeah, and maybe it's what's needed, right? Maybe a healthy distance. Maybe we can't have the original translations of God because, we haven't. If this is anything divine at all, I think it's safe to say that human beings have fucked it up pretty damn good. Like, I don't think religion is worth it.
I mean, I think people get a lot of stuff out of religion. People get a lot of good out of it, and I think that there are a lot of, like we've talked about, like we talked about with Keith and we talked about with Kathy. It's like the community, for better or worse, is a positive, and that's and at its essence, it's supposed to take care of people who can't take care of themselves. And that's
right
great.
Here, right?
Yeah, we're not talking poorly about that, and we're not talking poorly about people who are religious. We're just questioning this fucking document and what the fuck it is and what it isn't. That's all we're doing.
Keith brought up the poor thing too, which was really cool. And it's like there's a lot of homeless people, and if this is a Christian nation, it kind of freaks me out all the time that there's a lot of homeless people, because it's very, very clear. Not just here in the Old Testament, but the New Testament, Jesus says it all the time too. Basically, just take care of everybody.
Yeah, but it's not a quote.
No, but this is what they say it is. It's we know it's not. I'm saying that these people who claim to be Christians and claim to get community and are claiming to be like, arbiters of truth and shit. Right. It's like, well, you're not. I'm looking around, seeing tents everywhere, trying to give people sandwiches every once in a while. That. Like it's the state of the union is fucking bleak, to say the least, right? Like,
it's disturbing, for sure. Yeah. So before we fucking fall down a horrible rabbit hole of depression,
drink, brother.
Oh no, I think we're done today.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta exercise, and you gotta go. You gotta be. You got like an hour before you got to go do something, right?
Good. Yeah, we're doing great. Doing great. Yeah, why don't we say goodbye to everyone?
Okay.
Germany's still popping off. Thank you very much. Ireland still popping off. Thank you.
I think that the Germany. I think that's John Sackett. That's the Falcon. So thank you, Sackett.
Who all around the world, and dude, thank you guys. We kind of alluded to it. This is coming out before, but Keith Nelson from Buck Cherry will be on next Thursday. So. We'll see you guys then.
God bless COVID.
God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you. Motherfucking Yahweh bless you. Yeah, Keith from formerly of Buck Cherry, still a Grammy award-winning
guitar
rock artist. Keith,
he's a tone god. He's a guitar tone.
I gotta. I'll pull out I was looking for the picture of he and I when we were just babies at the showbox together.
All right.
I'll find it. Yeah, I'll find it.
Best venue in the world.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, people, we love you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you for everyone. We really appreciate you listening. We'll see you next week. Smooches.